back in that, yeah. Tell them to watch it. Now I ain't talking my pockets, just know we ain't running out the way that we stock it. If I got it, you got it. If I call it, she sliding, tell her to mop it. Yeah, I got that shit doing. Damn, she took that thing off and bring it around. Going at it till I'm on. Put that 90 in a hole, I'm beating it down. I'm back in that bag again. Whoa, whoa. Oh, say less. I'm back in that bag again. Yeah, yeah. Oh, say less. I'm back in that. Yeah. What you doing? Yeah, yeah. I'm back in that. Hey, where you going? Hey, hey, back in that bag again. Don't bring me around your friends. You know that I'm bagging them. Request me on Facebook, no, I ain't adding them. Positions I had her in. Hit from the back, that pussy was splattering. Calling her friend, tell her pull up. Word, let's make it a gathering. They loving that baby, nah, I'm addict now, but she loving the splash again. I just be cashing in her buns, just like a wedding, I'm crashing in. Hundreds on hundreds, I'm moving and grooving. She wanna cut up, I'ma slash again. Buckets on buckets, I'm switching edition. Back in my bag, going back again. I feel like Aladdin, yeah. I'm on a carpet, flying through orbits, ain't doing no talking. Wow, they on my body as soon as I walk and bitches be stalking.
Run like I don't got any stay. And it's only 8 a.m. I don't do it for the ground. I never mind no man. I'm my 2020. Whoa, whoa. Woke up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged, dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nice on top of nice, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding, kidding. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. Word inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundromat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding, kidding. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it.
Morning, morning all. Yes sir. GJ, what's going with GJ here, man? Chat, right click. What is going on with GJ? Yeah, we'll have a chat. We'll just let more people come in. Once more people come in, I will talk about it. So I'm not repeating myself. Morning, morning. That's a heavy wick. Right to my entry from yesterday, huh? Right to my entry. I'm still holding I'm holding a position. Yes, we are soon. We are, don't worry, bro. Relax. I've just been super busy. Forgive me. Super busy. Good afternoon. All right. What a wick, huh? Talk about Bitcoin being volatile. Look at this. Look at this move here. Alright, so let's have a look what the hell happened here. I haven't looked. I've been keeping it for stream. Yeah, you can ask something irrelevant to FX. I don't mind. But I haven't had a look here. So let's see what happened. So whenever we see a big move like this, you won't normally see it on Forex Factory. Maybe you see it in the news section. But what I do like to use is I like to use something called Financial Juice here. And Financial Juice gives you live information. And it will give you really good information. So let's see if we have anything. Biden, there'll be no, oh wow, so this is now 8:35. There'll be no recession in the US this year or next. All right, so that's a big statement. JP Morgan. So this is all related to USD. So why is the JPY had that spike? Let's go see if this has also impacted something like gold. We see some sort of spike here, but not as relevant as a GBP. How about GBP USD? Nothing. So this is a JPY. Something's happened here with the JPY, because this is a move where we wicked up here 24 pips and came down 80 pips. 80 pips retracement here. Very, very interesting move here. Very, very interesting move. Let me know if you can hear me and everything, right? Can you guys hear me? Otherwise, I'm talking to myself, right? You should be able to hear me. So for the analysis today, we'll start daily time frame. I just wanted to cover that. Daily looks good, especially after this move down and we see rejection. I don't see why daily can't move back up here to 159,500. Definitely can be a target for today. 4 hour, let's have a look at what the 4 hour is saying. We have this 4 hour support that I'm gonna leave on for now. I might delete in a minute. This resistance might be an issue here, and then of course we have this 1 hour resistance up here. And that's basically gonna be it. So 4 hours already nicely marked out. The 1 hour, I'm gonna maybe leave this on here as 1 hour resistance. I don't want to make the charts too messy. This resistance here, let me see what this looks like on lower time frame. Yeah, this I'm gonna delete. This I'm gonna delete like this, and this 4 hour support. Am I gonna delete that as well? It seems to be respecting it now. But this I think is more important here. These are range highs. Let's see what we have. This is this. This is that. Yeah, this is an important zone here. This support here. I think I can just mark this support instead. And we focus on the most current. Yeah, we focus on the most current price action. This resistance here. I don't see it as a problem yet. What is this? Where are we getting this line? Where's this line magically appeared from? Yeah, I'm just gonna delete this line here. I don't see it relevant yet. And yeah, that's our markup. So we're obviously bullish here. 4 hour candle did close doji prior to our session. We can see that consistent amongst other brokers as well. We do have this nice range to fill. Now this is a bit difficult because this happens just, this is not yeah, this is not the broker taking stop losses. You rarely see manipulation like this in the markets. This is something has caused this, and if it's consistent among a lot of brokers. So that means, and you know, you have to remember that not all brokers use the same liquidity provider. So this is coming from a central liquidity source, such as, you know, the markets, right? So I don't know, there's no news or anything that said that would have, maybe this might be it, because this is, you know, Japan's, you know, said the Japanese government is exchanging information with the US about China's spy balloon. And sometimes you're going to see that these small information here is able to do a big manipulation on the market right here. So I possibly think that this is the news that caused this move. It makes sense. And yeah, I think that this is what we're looking at right here, right? So we're looking at probably the Chinese government exchanging information. People didn't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, and we saw uncertainty, and we're right back to where we were, right? So very interesting move. Very interesting move. What's interesting, came right back down to yesterday's entry spot. This is literally where I entered a long yesterday. I entered my trade yesterday was from here. We spoke about this pre-session looking potentially for buys, and target was here. I did leave a runner actually, and the runner is still running. Very small position though. So our range today to go up is 25 pips here. We have this resistance here, this key level 159. I would prefer if we got above that, or we see a deeper pullback down back to 158 500, create structure and continue. After a news move like this, it would be preferred to see some structure, but buys is what makes sense for me. I'm not interested in selling at the moment. Selling does not make any sense here, and I don't think it's a smart idea to sell right now. So buys is what makes sense, and that's what I'm going to be looking for in GJ. As I said, the options pulling back down here, seeing some sort of support to come and retest this area we made, or if we get out, if it's close to volume, you can take simply closures above here. If not, we need some sort of structure and see what happens at this wick, because that was a very interesting move, and that kind of changes the dynamics coming into our session, because price has now taken liquidity from the downside. So if this does want to continue up, we have the liquidity to continue up. It's already been done. But at the same time, we've also kind of taken some liquidity from upside. But I definitely think that this liquidity taken from upside was to give this downside move. And yeah, this happened in less than a 1 minute candle, you can see. So yeah, that's exact. So to be honest, what actually happened here is there was no liquidity to the upside. It's just a full downside dump, retraced. And now we're back to exactly where we left off. So hopefully this can be disregarded and doesn't impact, but that's the plan. As for gold, we're still in the range, unfortunately. Daily is closing bullish, weak bullish, trying to get out of this zone and give us this deeper pullback we've been waiting for. You can see what, you know, I don't trade using channels, but you can see we're kind of in this formation here. Oops. You can see that we're having this consolidation like this, right? And we have this consolidation like this as well. And this is basically just showing us that price is consolidating. I don't even know why I put the lines on the chart. I don't even use those, but essentially we're consolidating, and there's nothing really to look at here except for consolidation. So if you're going to trade consolidation, it's not the best idea, in my opinion, to trade consolidation. You need volume, and volume has been coming in New York. Buys, you know, in this session, the range is very, very small here. 14 pip range. Yeah, I'm not liking gold. I'm not liking gold. Same big move in, yeah. If we look at, let's have a look at NAS. Let's see what happened in traditional markets. Not as big, man. Not as big, but you know, GJ was hit heavily. This could be just simply from, there was this Biden saying that there will be no recession, right? So that it could be simply something like that. And yeah. US 30. Yeah, it's happened across all markets. I really wonder what that was. How about the UK markets? Yeah, see, all markets had this weird spike. It's very interesting. So yeah, any questions, guys? You have any questions? If you could, as always, guys, leave a like. It always helps. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's super weird. I mean, normally on here we see what actually caused this move here, but even this is not. That's a good question. Morning, morning. Have I ever met Top G in Dubai? No, I haven't met Top G in Dubai, unfortunately. I have not seen him. I do not use ICT kill zones. My opinion on the recession. I think we're already in a recession. We've had negative GDP. The funny thing is that what people don't understand is that they changed the laws of what's regarded as a recession. So they, instead of a recession being negative, I believe it was negative 2 years of GDP, negative GDP growth for 2 years. They changed it to 3 years. So they're just changing the rules to classify what's a recession. But what's very different between now and 2008 is in 2008, what we saw is we saw people were calling a recession, but we saw the whole market be negative about it. Now it seems like people who are calling a recession are looking at that as opportunity to get into the market. Because if we take a comparison of what's been happening with, let's go on a weekly and we go to 2008, right? And the 2008 crash was, I believe, here. Yes. So if we look at what happened here, we kind of had this initial pump into here, and then heavy downside, which is a little bit scary because let me show you what happened. Let me show you what's happening now, right? So remember this pattern. We made a high, we made a lower high, we dumped down, tried to retest, and then continued down further. Now, if we look at what's happening now in current price action, and let me put this on logarithmic, it will help us view it. We're kind of doing the same, right? We come down, we make a low, we try to push up, and maybe we get another dump. And I think it's possible we retrace and this becomes a lower high respecting this, and we see markets after this recession or some sort of negative feedback, we see basically price come down all the way down here. So I think we're already in recession, and especially UK is calling recovery until 2026. So there's definitely going to be a lot of uncertainty in the market. That's why we're not seeing volume be so consistent. And I think we're going to have some very volatile moves, particularly in towards a range, and a spike out, I think, might happen, you know. All right, let's see what we have. Why do I always close big winner too early and keep losers too long? That's a good question, actually. The reason why you close winners too early is not actually a bad habit. It's a better habit than having greed, right? And the reason you keep losers too long is because you need to, first of all, you need to have a stop loss in a good place. So let me explain yesterday's trade. It's an easy example that's on a chart here, right? So let's say yesterday I took a long here. I know my target. I have two plans in this trade. The trade is already planned before I take it. All right. The plan to take this trade is very, very simple. My hard stop loss, that means if everything goes wrong in this trade, I'll be completely out as it breaks this support zone. But technically, where I don't want the trade breaking is this zone here. So I can save myself. So basically, this is my hard stop loss. Okay, instead of putting a stop here, because what could have happened is we could have had a wick that came down here, done this, and then continued up. So instead of having a hard stop here, I can leave my maximum stop loss at this point here, right? And I know if this starts retracing and breaking this low, I can just close the trade, and instead of losing 20 pips, I lose 12 to 14 pips, you understand? So that's number one, is I have a plan of when I cut my losses, right? That's when I'm out of the trade. There's no manipulation. I don't see price come down here and I move my stop loss to here. No, that's where you go wrong. And for closing the trade in take profit, I know this is going to be a watch area here. I need to watch what happens here. If we don't start coming back in drawdown from this area, I can hold to the next target, which is going to be in this resistance here, right? And you hold to your target. Once you reach your target, you close. There's no reason to close before. There's no reason to close after. Sometimes you can close before if you're happy. If you have an average profit ratio, sometimes, you know, you make an average amount of money and you want to close at that. And that's the simplest way to approach that and tackle that. So that's the best way to do it. And yeah, that's that. Companion, that's also a good question. Wicks that get filled. I have a full video actually, wick fill versus rejection wick. You normally will see wicks that get filled when there's volume, right? So when there's volume in the market, such as this time here, we saw these two candles bring volume. This wick got filled. Whereas when that starts to die off and we're at a resistance, this wick will tend not to be filled. This will end up being a rejection, right? So I have a video that covers that in depth. Highly recommend you watch it. There is new Forex factory, Japan's LD. Yeah, I'll have a look at that. We'll have a look now. Let's see, news. Yeah, this seems to be the one. Bank of Japan pivot. Alright, so I'll explain to you guys what this Bank of Japan pivot is. And The problem is what Bank of Japan has been doing is they've been keeping interest rates super low here, right? And the reason they're keeping interest rates super low is to help boost their economy, right? Not their currency, their economy. That's why we've seen GJ rise against the yen, right? Because they're trying, and even though the GBP is in a really hard time going, there's a lot of hardship happening in the UK, the GBP is still climbing, if not somewhat ranging against the yen. But these pivots that they announced, you see this happened a lot, right? So if we go here and look at Euro JPY, for example, this is a classic example of when these pivots were announced, right? So if we go on the daily here and we look at, I think not Euro JPY, USD JPY, my bad. Yeah. And we go on the weekly, there's always these pivots that are announced. Where is those pivots? I think 4 hours short. I don't know if it was Euro or it was USD JPY. Yeah, these are the pivots, you see. So we get pivot announced, dump. Pivot announced, dump. Pivot announced, dump. Pivot announced, dump. You see, it keeps doing these things because they're announcing these pivots, right? And essentially what a pivot means is that they're potentially going to start raising interest rates, which would be, of course, something positive for the yen. If you raise interest rates, it will be positive for the yen because you will be encouraging more yen. Wait, sorry, I lost my thought. Yeah, you'll be encouraging more revenues generated by the government, right? By generating yen. By increasing rates, I meant. Man, too early for this, too early. Heavy conversation you're giving me. So yeah, see, the important part here is they seek, right? They seek. See these comments. They're not divided. We already know you're gonna pivot. We just don't know exactly. Yeah, at some point that'll happen. Death, taxes, surprise, yen news, then when you least expect it. Yeah, no one's gonna tell you, hey, tomorrow we're gonna announce something so you can short the market and make all money. Doesn't work like that. You think we can get this stream to 100 viewers by the end of this month? You think we can do that, guys? I wonder. We're basically a quarter of a way there. Pretty far. Pretty bad performance. Another question. How do you identify fake out candles and how do you know they'll be continuation candles? Well, I also have a video on that. And the YouTube channel here is set with all videos, so you can definitely watch a video, but one key thing is if it doesn't break the high, if you don't see it break the high, it's normally a fake out, right? And then the second thing is buying at resistance is normally going to be a fake out. And then the last thing is not buying or selling when there's no volume. When there's no volume in the markets, that's when you probably are going to see a fake out. And the most important thing is trying to counter trend trade, right? If you try counter trend, you're probably going to be caught in a fake out, right? So obviously trend was bullish. People looking for sells here is stupid. Stupid to look for sells here. We are bullish, fake out. Gold continuing up here. Nothing. The range is tiny, guys. Not worth it. GJ retracing some of this move, which makes sense. Finally becoming profitable. A lot of it is thanks to your videos, Harry. Cheers, mate. Hang around now to support. Always a pleasure. I'm really glad it helps. Congratulate yourself for putting in the work. And that's all you have to do. You put in the work and that's it. According to me, is it possible to trade with a single time frame, example 5 or 15 minutes for scalping without looking at the higher time frame? Yeah, that is possible, but you have to have higher time frame knowledge. For example, let me tell you this, all right? If you can understand how a 15-minute candle is, you can also understand how a 30-minute candle is, right? So all you have to do is look at the time. So for example, if we see this 5, 10, 15, right? So this is, if this was 5 minute, but this is 15. So we know that these two 15-minute here candles created a 30-minute bullish candle, right? You can see that's the 30-minute bullish candle. The next two 15-minute candles here created a big 30-minute bullish candle. So if you're trading on the 5-minute, you can essentially read candle backward and understand where's your structure on the 5-minute would also create a 30-minute resistance. So a resistance like this on the 5-minute is obviously going to be a very strong resistance. We can see how many 5-minute candles rejected here, which also mean that this is a 15-minute resistance. If we went to the 15-minute, you can see this is the 15-minute. So it is possible, but it's much easier just to check it without having to read candles backwards. It's always good to use the higher time frame as confirmation, like a 30-minute candle close, and then once you get more advanced, you can use the lower time frame to enter, right, to get better entries once you have the confirmation. But don't try overcomplicate that, because with volume you're just going to miss the move. All good, man, all good. All good. Appreciate you guys being here. Always a pleasure for me to use this time to help you guys. And goal is to grow the stream to 100 viewers by the end of the month. Very hard. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but we'll try. We shall try. Also, be sure to be subscribed, because I am still posting weekly content. So I will be posting a video this week about supply and demand. Actually, I will be posting a video of my thoughts on supply and demand and how I think this can help your trading or not help your trading. It's a popular topic on the internet and I want to cover my opinion about it. So let me know if you guys will like that type of video. And yeah. Man, every time you come to the stream, you're stuck in Euro USD. This pair on a short. Okay, let's have a look. Tell me where you're short from. It's okay to hold drawdown. We're not going to judge you here. This is a safe place. And if anyone comes in chat, oh, I had a comment the other day telling me that in my stream, he would have taken 6 trades during my stream. I'm like, all right, good for you, man. That's not my plan. You can continue risking your $10, $15 a trade. But once you start risking $1,000 for trade, you only need 1 trade. You know, we're not greedy here. We're not greedy. All right. 4 hours, not looking good for shorts. Daily might be a top wick on. Daily is a bit indecisive here. 1 hour. Closing above this resistance here is a problem. Yeah, where did you short from? I don't even see an opportunity. The only opportunity I saw to short is maybe here, like this. But you would have been break even for sure. If you're short from up here, good play. I like it. I like it from up here. Then you can hold this. let it retest this zone possibly. No issue. Companion, don't worry, we're not giving up. This was my plan, to make this new form of streaming, right? I think this is going to be something very useful for people who find out about this stream, which is going to be only streaming the first part of the day, and you guys have to go take the trade. This is going to be something that's going to really help traders out there, and whoever finds this stream can get a lot of value from it. So I hope that people can find the stream, and I hope that they will find the stream and start joining. So we have to do everything we can to make sure that they benefit from this. And that's the goal. That's the goal. Or they can get stuck watching people and then buy their course and then not succeed in trading. So it's up to them. But I'm going to do everything I can do to make sure that they at least hopefully get a chance to find this and then can benefit from it. You wanted to short from 1.07211 to 1.07, something like that. So it shouldn't be something like that, it should be a clear plan. 1.721. Yeah, from here. You see the problem with this, man? It's okay, I understand why you took the trade. First of all, your stop loss, I don't know where your stop loss should just be above this high. You know, if you're entering a trade here, if we're breaking above this high, or at least this high here, there's no reason to hold. You could have hold a 6 pip stop loss here, no problem. Stop loss around here, your position could have been something like this. I understand why you wanted to take a short, but when you have the opportunity to use a small stop loss, it's a good idea, right? And you can target down to these lows here. 6 pip stop loss above these highs, because if it's breaking these highs, you are going to get this continuation here. You're going to get this move towards the upside. So this is the reason possibly why. And the second thing is, it's always hard to short when you have a 4-hour candle, 2 4-hour candles closing bullish here. 2 4-hour candles closing bullish indicate a support has been formed, and you can expect continuation on the next candle. So it's always going to be tough like that. But you know, it's not a loss, it's a lesson. You can maybe look to manage your trade, but it's your trade. I don't want to influence anything. It's your idea. If you're trading your plan, go ahead. But maybe you can look to close half to minimize risk, and if it comes back and creates a resistance, you can look to add back that the second half, right? Or just be completely out, reanalyze the spot you're in, and see if there's any better options. Let's have a look for Sust, her Bitcoin. Let's have a look. Bitcoin. Still in the range, but will this daily close below here? Let's see. Let's see. 4-hour close below, interesting. As I said in the beginning of the week, remember? I said below these wicks is where the closure has to come. This 1 hour, 4 hour, this 4-hour closure is not gonna do it. You know? We've seen still in this 1-hour support. We either need a strong 1-hour candle closing below here, or that's it. A good question, man. Will the wick be filled? You have to understand this was caused by news. If we remove this candle from the charts, we are still bullish, right? This candle essentially did nothing. It went to the high, it went to the lows, it closed from where price was. It only moved 10 pips, right? So nothing has happened. So to fill the wick to the downside does not make sense to sell, because there's nothing on the chart that's telling us to sell. Daily is bullish. 4-hour candles are closing previous ones closing bullish. This one closed doji. The 1 hour candle in a range. We're not breaking down. Sells is too early to sell. Look at this. We have higher low, higher low, higher low, potential range in towards here. So there's nothing really to give us good confidence for sells right now. So that is why we can't just take a sell, expect this to get filled. This is similar to yesterday. Remember yesterday I was saying sells are not the best option. I rather look for buys. I don't see a reason why we can't fill, you know, we would maybe come down to here, but I'm not really selling there. That's only 18 pips, 19 pips, and I'm bullish today. So I'm not interested to sell. I rather look for buys from this zone to continue up. Buys would interest me more. Or, of course, we have session breakouts towards the upside like this. Good morning, NPG. Welcome, welcome. Can I look at Ethereum? Yeah, of course. We'll have a look at Ethereum. Daily. Let's see daily. Same in this range. A little bit more bearish. 4 hour at support. 1 hour also at support. So if it respects this support and kind of changes structure like this, you can expect buys towards the upside. If not, it's going to range down here like it did here. It's not the best place to trade. Quite difficult. If this wick was going to be filled after news, we would have seen it happen pretty quick. But I don't see why this can't be good liquidity for us today to continue up. But we'll have to see. So yeah, I think that will be the play today. Either we pull back, it's pretty simple, pull back, change structure, go up, retest the highs, or we're going to start trading towards the upside and take breakouts. Breakouts with volume, closures above, and support without volume. If we're a bit earlier, around 30 minutes before London, we need more structure. Trading in this range is a little bit too early. To trade from here to here is a little bit too early. I mean, if we get something like yesterday, we can take it early. Yesterday, the difference was we came down once, we rejected. We came down twice, we rejected. We created this clear resistance here. We came down a third time, then closed above. So that's like 3 times showing. So if we're closing above that resistance at that point, buys make sense. Today, news is already kind of changing the dynamics a little bit, right? So news is changing the dynamics. So we either have to see this being respected again, but even then, if we see it being respected, to take buys is too small. So I rather wait for above here. Now it's a game of patience. You have to wait for your setups. That's how it works. Now we wait. Yeah, this rejection is weird on the 1 hour. But you see we're respecting these zones, which is important. So just remember to keep this in mind. Look at how price is moving prior to your session. What is happening? Are we breaking down quickly? Are we rejecting? This gives you a lot of information before you trade London, right? Do I do buy stop or sell stop or limit order? Buy stop and sell stop or market execution. That's what I'll normally use. Do I use the Fibonacci? No, I don't use the Fibonacci because Fibonacci normally lines up with structure already on the market. For example, if I probably drag the Fibonacci from here to here, this support that was made would probably be around the 0.5 or the 0.618, right? So let's try that just to see if that works. And that's completely random. So if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I've never need. Where's the Fibonacci? Right, so from here to here, you see that? 0.5 to 0.618. Always lines up. You can see it without needing. Once you have experience, you understand how Fibonacci works, right? And when you're taking a trade, you don't need to wait for those zones. You just need to wait for support to form, right? There's a candle here telling us that this is support. Price tried to break down, closed bullish. You can take trades anywhere in here, you know? Trades make sense to continue bullish. If you miss that, wait for the closure above, you know? It's like, it's simple. When you understand price action, you don't need the Fibonacci, you know? You know that the retracement, if price is going to retrace, where is it going to retrace to? Obviously, it's going to retrace to this support zone in here between the wicks, because the wicks on lower time frames are support, right? You can see if we go on lower time frames, you see exactly how that works, right? Look at this. Here, rejection, rejection. Where does price come to? Oh, guess what? Rejects from here, continues up. Oh, guess what? When it comes back again, where does it come back to? Oh, the exact same zone, rejects and continues up. But if you take a Fibonacci, guess what that zone is? We know that zone. We have it marked up here. It's marked on our chart. We know we have possible rejection here. But if you take a Fibonacci to see where that zone is, it's just telling you the exact same thing that you know. You know that the retracement is here. You know that if price is going to retest, it has to respect the support zone in between here. That's what it has to respect. Because that's what price did, right? Price, Fibonacci won't tell you something that the chart doesn't already show you. The chart showed us that this is a strong resistance. If price is going to retest, it's going to retest in this resistance. If it closes below, it might be a deeper retracement. Can I give my opinion on the GU? Yeah, I can. I can give my opinion on GU. GU daily closing bullish here. There's this daily resistance here. Ideally, I wanted to see GU close above this resistance here to continue. Is 4 hour closing. 4 hours trying to close above, but we're at resistance, so it's a bit tough. I have more of a bullish bias on GU at the moment, but if we are going to reject this resistance here and this becomes a resistance zone, we could see this be a rejection for the session. and continue down, right? We could see this maybe do something like that and go down, but to continue up. Why do I say that? Well, just from the way that this has created this type of, it's tried to come down, created a high, pulled back, hasn't broke, gone up again, pulled back. We're creating high lows, so it looks like it's trying to reverse out of this zone. Looks like we're trying to get out, up and out of this zone. I'm not sure if you have a video regarding this range to fill, because there's a good range to fill, but price is stopping and rejecting, then giving good moves. Yeah, there's a video called Trading Zones. I think that will help you a lot to identify, but we can cover today's trading zone. So today, when we're looking for buys today, we only have, our zone is going to be this LTA, which stands for low traffic area, which is essentially these clean moves. We can expect to replicate it here. So essentially these wicks might be an issue, but essentially our target's going to be this line I have on the chart, and that's the range I have today to trade. But if we're looking at session targets, your first target's going to be this wick here, because this wick was the target that price made in the session. So the first place we're going to target is this wick. Because wicks are candles on lower time frame. Always remember that wicks are candles on lower time frame, so you can expect a wick to also be a target. So first target, when we came to the session initially, we had this range here, then this news move. So this is going to be target 1, and target 2 is going to be this line. So essentially, if you're trading above this resistance or above here, you have 29 pip range here, and from here to here like a 36 pip range. Which wicks did I mark? These ones here? No, that's just a key level, 159. 159 just a flat number. We normally see the chart respect these levels sometimes, so you just have it marked. It's just something I keep on. See, like yesterday, you can see that sometimes it just bounces off it. Very simple. No, we don't need a closure above the wick, because if we get just a closure above the body, closures above the body, something like this, are indicating something that this candle, this candle, this candle, this candle could not do, which is close above. So that gives you the confidence to take a trade, and you don't have to worry about those wicks too much. Do you target the reversals at the high of the day / low of the day? No, I don't. I trade the trend, I trade the structure, and I trade price action. I don't trade opposite to what the market is showing me, or try to be smarter than the market and call highs and lows. Calling highs and lows in trading is a career-ending move. That's the one, Ian. Definitely 20 pips a day is plenty. You can do a lot with 20 pips. A lot with 20 pips. All good. See, 30-minute resistance rejected on the lower time frames. It will always happen on the lower time frame first before the higher time frame, right? That's why I said buying in this range is very tight range. So now what we want to see is we want to see price maybe flip up, come down, respect this zone pre-session, and then we get the move out of the range to take buys. So I think the plan is clear here, guys. I'm gonna probably wrap it up now. I don't think now we just have to wait for our setup. So instead of you guys here sitting bored, go get on, do something, watch my YouTube videos, do anything you want, and wait for the setups. Let me know in the group. Tag me on Instagram if you take those setups. Show it to me. Send it in those groups down below, and I will be active in those groups. That's where I am. So be sure to join, and I'll catch you guys on the next stream. Take care as always, and yeah, remember the plan. Either we reject the zone pullbacks down into this deep is here to trade upwards, or we're looking outside of the zone. This might happen in the next 30 minutes, so keep an eye on the charts. That being said, guys, take care. I'll catch you on the next stream. Peace.